Welcome to Q&A Selling Online, with answers to questions about creating an online empire, promoting products, or building a brand. Your host, private label and e-commerce entrepreneur, Quin Amorm.
Welcome back, my friend. This is Quin. You are listening to the QA Selling Online podcast, the podcast where I talk about selling online, of course, e-commerce, Shopify, but more than anything, we talk about Amazon FBA and private labeling. Of course, wholesale, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, all of those can be talked about on this show. But to that, I bring in some special guests every now and then, and we talk about some fantastic things related to, of course, Amazon FBA. Now, today I want to talk about Amazon again, but this time there's something special about it. I am talking about something that worries me very much as a buyer on Amazon, not as a seller. Although, of course, it does worry me a little bit as a seller because whatever is about to happen is going to happen to all the sellers, and because of some, all will pay. Now, the issue that I'm talking about in particular in this case is when it comes to supplements from sources that are not very, how can I put this, sanitary, very, according to certification, and they don't follow rules. We all know, and if you guys don't know, maybe this is a time where you're going to find out, is that after a company or a person or a brand get ungated in certain categories on Amazon, like groceries, food and gourmet groceries, supplements, health and beauty, all of those, after you get ungated, you are now allowed to sell those products. Now, what some sellers do is they get ungated for one product by sending in what Amazon requires with the FDA, what they require with the receipts. And I don't even know if the receipts are still flying, if that technique still works. But after that, you don't need anything to continue listing new products. And when it comes to certain products, we know that there are manufacturers in China that are doing these without any kind of health inspection, sanitary inspection, no FDA buildings, no GMPs, none of those. And these products are coming into the US and they are being sold to people that have no idea that this has not passed any regulations. Now, Amazon is letting this go by, and they are unbelievable. In my head, it is unbelievable how they are letting it go so far that so many people I can go in China, I can order a batch of private label supplements made in somebody's kitchen, right, for figure of speech, and I can ship them to the US, put them on Amazon, create a listing, create a fake UPC, put it up, and I sell this product. Now, do people get sick? Do people die? I don't know, right? Any of these sellers, do they really care? And if you are one of these sellers, you know you can be liable, and you will be liable, and you can spend a lot of time in jail. And you may not be doing it. If there is somebody like that's doing this and you're listening, you may not have an intent to cause harm to somebody, but it could just happen because you are not there. You do not see what these facilities look like. You do not see how they are packaging it, what actually goes inside these products. So if you are doing that, you are at risk and you are causing risk to somebody else. So be very careful if you're one of those. If you're not one of those, be very careful from who you buy from. For example, Jungle Scout has a tool where you can reverse engineer basically where each brand is shipping their products from. And I was doing some research on ketogenic products. And of course, looking at the competition, some of the top Amazon sellers, I'm talking about huge sellers, are getting it directly from facilities in China that are not regulated. And now there's even more. The fact that Amazon allows several sellers to sell the exact same listing. For example, if you have, let's say, a big brand and you are now wholesaling to people that are selling on Amazon, for example. So if you are the main manufacturer of a supplement and people buy wholesale from you and they go sell on Amazon, there is no way for you as the main manufacturer to control the quality of the product being sold by all of these distributors. Now that they are open, doesn't matter. Open to your listing. It doesn't matter if you are brand registered or not. Sellers can come and go as they please. And for example, I have a brand like that where we do, for many years, this brand was on the shelves and not on Amazon. And now it is on Amazon and we are trying to take over the listings. We did take over the listings, but there are still a lot of sellers there and we cannot shake them out. Now, the thing is, there's no way of stopping somebody doing a retail arbitrage, getting the product on sale, bringing it to Amazon and selling it again. But what shocks me is the fact that we cannot control the expiry dates. We cannot control the quality. We cannot see the receipts of where these people bought it from, how long ago, where this product has been stored. So let's imagine that 2 months from now, somebody buys a product that expired a couple years ago, or expired a year ago, or even if it expired last week, it doesn't matter. Or if it was not stored properly. The expiry date is still good, but the product was not stored properly. It was kept in the vehicle. And then actually before the person even bought this, they have no clue where this product has been until then and why it was on sale or why it was on clearance. And now it goes into that vehicle, sits in that vehicle, let's say in the sun or even frozen temperatures, because that could cause harm to a product as well. Then it goes home and now it sits in the garage and then it gets packed. And then from there, it gets shipped to Amazon. Now it gets, while it's shipping through Amazon, again, it gets exposed to the heat or the cold, whatever the situation is. Then it goes into the warehouse. It gets handled again. All this time, I mean, this happens everywhere. It's not just Amazon. It happens everywhere. But if something bad happens someday, somebody gets hurt, somebody dies, right? Knock on wood. They were going to come back after the manufacturer of that product. They're not going to care that it was sold on Amazon. They're not going to care that it was sold by a third party. They're going to care about who the manufacturer is and why that product was defective. So if you are a manufacturer, that's one of the things to consider. If you are not a manufacturer, if you are somebody doing retail arbitrage, if you're doing online arbitrage, be very careful with the way that you store things. Be very careful with the expiry dates. And if there's somebody out there that is creating fake products under somebody else's brand just to make a quick buck, be very careful because you can hurt somebody. And at the same time, that is a big crime and you can and will go to jail for it. And then you probably be liable for a lot of damages too. So that is it, everybody. Remember, do things the proper way. Do things the way they should be done. Don't take too many shortcuts, risky shortcuts, or shortcuts that can put you or somebody else at risk. I said don't take too many shortcuts because sometimes we have to take little shortcuts. That's what life is. But remember, try to stay safe, then start grateful, stay positive, and always profit. Thank you, everyone.